5.0, remove the MGSS components. This terminal learning objective will contain the following enabling learning objective. Remove the FU and FCU. Warning: failure to read and follow all warnings in the Operator User Manual (OUM) can result in injury to personnel or damage to equipment. Refer to the OUM for the comprehensive warning summary. Due to the heavy weight of the components, 2 soldiers are required to remove the FU. Do not stand in front of the vehicle when removing the FU and FCU from the vehicle. To remove the FU from the M1A1, M1A2, disconnect the TIM trigger cable and the interconnect cable at the FU. With cartridge carrier of the FU open, remove the retaining bolt securing the FU to the mounting adapter with a 3/4 inch socket and remove the FU from the adapter. Close the cartridge carrier of the FU and lock it with the handles on each side. Remove the mounting adapter with the 9/16 inch socket. Replace the smoke grenade box. Disconnect the TIM trigger cable from the TIM. Remove the TIM trigger cable from the vehicle. To remove the FCU from the M1A1, M1A2, remove the FCU from the fastener tape on the commander's station wall. Disconnect the DC power supply and the FCU-FU interconnect cables from the FCU connectors. At the PDB on the M1A2 or the RTNB of the M1A1, turn off the circuit breaker and disconnect the power adapter cable. If the power supply cable was run to the dome light instead, disconnect it. Remove the cables from the vehicle. To remove the FU from the STRYKER MGS, disconnect the signal cable and the GFE power cable from the FU. With the cartridge carrier on the FU open, remove the retaining bolts securing the FU to MGSS bracket. Close the cartridge carrier of the FU and lock it with the handles on each side. Remove the FU from the bracket. Unstrap and remove the MGSS bracket and reinstall the bolts. To remove the FCU from the STRYKER MGS, disconnect the GFE power cable and the thick power cable from the FCU. Remove the FCU from the hook and loop fastener and return it to the transit case. Disconnect the W14 cable from the TMA. Replace the protector cap. Remove the cables from the vehicle.